This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
I was a high body TV. I'm going to come Lawyer Obiri Boahen Akasadia for NPP. She say proxy voting. Say Obi Bema Obi to me, especially your mom woman. Or mama Ghana to me. Say oh, made me to me ama. As a missy. Say election never basso. 31st January. Na ye and flag bearer. You know. Meet me man to know what to mammy. NPP forces are when you know. Into one ma abandon until to be. I know people why Casa found Galam say issues. A Casa de Afahon, their coso ewa memoir. Or Mampany John Dramani Mahama Ebun in our Casa Fahon. A brana on a your Henneba. I won't me ban. You could see.
The Joe say we swako Casa MPP, Babia Yedri, Nini Yakui, Yan say ya. Me Obiri Boahen dia metanasi. Martina je kosa do be kokotwa. So betimi akọ anamboa. Yepa ye huntini ya chechireboa. But like I said, this Supreme Court ya amade boa. Supreme Court case of 207-208, Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report 566. The Supreme Court said, look, it's like each case, each situation, each facts, circumstances must consider the line of action ebefa. That is all. When you say Joseph they will never do that.
No sole decision. It is a committee.
I'm saying that decision. It's a committee headed by Ofosu. I'm saying that it's a committee headed. So okay, Joseph
Ofosu's committee.
And then a
commissioner get me dinner better so.
A pam for no. One for decision be baby. So please. Monya is answer my baby. I made a target Dr. Baumia. And a Dr. Baumia. And a Dr. Baumia. Nya me he kese kura say, "Mama fa from pom boatre dia no emewure mu ha because e bia na me concern me here bio."
Yeah.
What here from we kind from pom boatre right up no. Why yes to say National Executive
Council NEC National Executive.
The National Executives no of the party no now no. Womatina ho ama womo yusu decisions be ama womo yusu Dr. Baumia ama be the Dr. Baumia say party no. That is a reckless and irresponsible comment
by
Trumpon Boateng.
It is reckless
and irresponsible
and
comment.
Irresponsible.
Okay, yes. Why? I am not insulting him. How do you say Baumia Traho ama National Executives of the party, not National Executive Council, National Executives of the party. You sure no Baumia to destroy the MPP. It's reckless. It's irresponsible. It's baseless. It has no basis. Like you said, more and more you people benefited from Nanado's regime. You people benefited. What some worker. Baumia nam no yen campaign. Bro champion na no yen campaign. Canada champion, Canada Japan nam. Aduchum kwamna obi yen campaign. So say na wakoka say MPP National Headquarters on payfo no. Bebe you Baumia na Baumia so man na ho kwane. That is the import of his publication. Baumia man na ho kwane ni be use no to destroy MPP. That is why I say reckless and irresponsible. How say Baumia be man ho kwan say ban issue. Na the Baumia ya akwara. Sometimes you hear some oti comment we no bia. Now we ra ho. Now ka che Nyankopon say Nyankopon eye say Baumia e wona koma na ekuta no. Na Baumia kuta me Obiri Boahen makoma ni bi. Se me Obiri Boahen makoma ni bia. Nka nyampia beto no. Wan hwan ka meto bi. Mika bibia nan. Some writer just take the opportunity. Come from Pam Watting right up on us. Free soro. Ebesi ase. Now can you just where you baseless, where you reckless, where you responsible?
Heading a committee that deals with mining, illegal mining, so. And ne galamsey na tia to say you don't care. Ghana wants mu here
tie ni comments
ya wo sori ye na MPP
every say wo mo sha phone no wo tie ni comments bebre a e ka no kokura ansa ka MPP egu a nka be ye no de but ye tire wiase nyesa ya ma wiase e ma yesa ya ma wiase e ma yesa baku writer baku bi o se no ye compromise you are at liberty to join the CPP me ka say ni MPP fo aye bia ye me ma betena kura da bia me bo MPP fo achi na kura me bo bachi bi but no me ka no a constructive criticism nya me ka no me bo bachi no utin sampa asema me kan etaso mu na da bia na ba humia na kura de bi no agya wa mu campaign obi nam no ka say obi o se oba constituency bia no obema nipa du ama wo manya dibia ono dibia ban na adema. This was an administrator of common fana ama MPP boka huna manikase administrator of common fana na nkonya ya de kwa district ni municipal nyina no be ye free baby na be dia baba bi administrator of common fana nkonya uko edoma kwa ye wodoma che no baby so be ye free baby na be dia kodoma be ye free baby ni be dia komem be ye free baby ni be dia kogoso be ye free baby ni be dia kasape what be that what would be Ghana have that and people didn't plow the chorus say I say ye mami we yedi I can't be na man people lusu ye and no nam na ba blame unkrofo
Nyankopon na so no daye.
Nyankopon na so no daye.
Na sa Nyankopon so daye basa.
No, you see sometimes it's so sad, it's so painful. Sir, characters who benefited and no so kind of video, who hear the video nkra. O say bia nya bi, e bia ye nso bi nya bi one. Okay.
Oh yes.
Characters who benefited immensely from the new patriotic party. Wo mu binum na wo mo attack Alhaji Bawumia. As if he's a cosplayer bi. As if he's a cosplayer be. Now cause a campaign ya attended the any case Kiana. Ya nya. Actually yes, ya mu binuma nya hwe. When I was monitoring a JB Dankwa case, me de me bottom sika. Me Obiri Boahen me bottom sika. Na me de ko monitor JB Dankwa me watch brief. Me bottom sika. Edu da bia me ko drum kan na play ni ho me fa Uber. JB Dankwa case. Samra no kachira ya national officer when na dakoro okọ to say JB Dankwa case no. Me ko hwe ne yekoso. Ask them, your national officers. No, but when you echi no, ya mpa ba ye wagidie we Nyankopon mu. Ye wagidie we Nyankopon mu. Akọ ba nyina ya gusu na MPPO, ne gusu MPPO. Na mo tell them, let them tell us our number of concessions saying. Concession say Dr. from Boadu. Concession say mineral concession. Or was say on community. Minka so obi. Mro say. Please the party diwie. Na ni panka say we. We think that's how you are age baby Boadu in 1970 something. He was a surgeon in Germany. Amanfobu uba kolebu ni oba amanfobu. Enka these are the characters enka moti ho. Nanka dipa mienu anamien se kakasa huna no afra momra monkasa sa from Boadu nka se nka oba ye MPP mu oba be hwe siesie nsema nka because dipa bebrege ne tum. I respect him a lot. I respect him. Na mo dia just the name Bawumia. I am surprised. Bempo fasanye nsu nka obi antimu ntwa Bawumia. Fasan fakan ni ensu anka because you say MPP delegacy do ne be kra akiri no. If you follow the track record of the MPP from 1992 ne be kra akira no ha benim se ba nyini ba betimi determine ni obelidi and ni only in 1996 na ka be 2 weeks amaya be na dubu ahen kotema na dubu ahen ko ka se oyesi binum nam no mo chiche sika ebirim so nam na amanfo asesa eno na ma dubu ahen lusu in 90 na dubu ahen was support that statement atema adubu ahen ko kai I think it was Friday the Saturday na yeto about Friday Saturday we did the following Saturday 1996 na ma dubu ahen ko lusu ye MPP for no mu dili a 77 nya onem kura na dili Certain them guys say delegate system no enye edu ba bia wo to yi na. Na say kan MPP aye one man one vote. One man paid one voter. In 2020 abaya de NDC timu ntwa MPP. Say ya one man one vote. Bia register afimu ni nyina to 20 cedis. Afimu ni nyina to 20. Ukuta wo card. Wote akura hefa obatubi. Wote hefa obatubi. Ubenya almost getting to you because ubenya by 1 million or 2 million delegates. Okay, so please, from Pamwa today, yes, I am MPP Bekawo. Maybe MPP Benjamin National, maybe a winnie hot, Namis Obiri Boahen mini hot. But me can't say Yanko Munyam say MPP Befan into my perfra. Yamubinum, Yana and who are 2 years again, and so yam papa. And yet Jimmy, Jimmy, and Yakwasian. Na brabo wo koni nyina usua bibi frim na hu wa wonfom so ene ne na esa wo ye ene ne wanye baby wo ha ne beto ye no nyankopon hyehyeye. So please from Pamwatene wo nyankwara no bi na wo ye panyini wo party no wo ye panyini wo party no. Please stop that. Stop tagging and attacking Baumia.
Unu aketua fellows of Ofosu Kwakye say we should be strategic and go for
don't waste your time talking about these boys with due respect. With due respect. Ebani say na Kevin Taylor to US or your campaign my MPP presidential aspirant to be. Ebani say na Ofosu Kwakye or your campaign my MPP aspirant to be. Ebani say yes MNC. Ofosu Kwakye na ono your campaign my MPP aspirant to be. Kevin Taylor your campaign ma the same aspirant. I'm going to the social media. Yaa Titi nyina campaign ma that particular candidate. Yaa Titi go to TV3. Check TV3. Check Captain Smart no wamo ho. Wamo nyina eba ni say na ne de ye da sorry ya. Baba ni ye kwa bobo be kire say. Mo makoto anago. Na munko penipa foforo ma na medago.
Kofa wonana.
Kofa wonana. So nana de krankatim. Abane se na ye kwa u ka kire se wo ma Frankie de Young emobi uma omo emobi. Abane se na ye kwa bobola Liverpool a u ka kire se mo ma gbapo mobi. Uma sala mobi. Abane se what in panyin sem la. Me da me ma ye din yo. Ne me bompa yesre me nyankopon ne me twa ne se me nyankopon tam no so because no wontimi hunu nia ekoso and you know it tells you the disappointment Ghana for bebrenya with the NDC party. Let me be frank and honest. Ya to aba wi abeka say NDC me ya Ghana ni anameboa nkwane yeda agya bia nya bi sanom anamboa be ye mamani konanimu a say ebeboa ye nyina meboa so me no menya that inward looking politician na si o de bia brade ye nyam ndesi ababrade me o hwa me lifestyle amentesa we are very progressive now and this ababetena ha first 2-3 weeks of home because Mahama jam because no cancer hell issue no nam kaso Mahama why are there because this decision anana Akufo-Addo ne Buhari num fire no water dem ne wo nya agene eti Mahama me say yes he says you are a statesman Mahama jam me betra kai and this for binum but Mahama jam Obiri Boahen na de wa akọ ndi me doesn't matter me nko ndc the policy should be obey na ya me ka say kakran afede 2025 budget taba 2026 budget taba but the code nyina nie. I am hugely disappointed in the President Mahama and his NDC. Why? Look, take the case of Mamema issue be a way for the end. Every other
lithium agreement.
Lithium agreement. You know, MPP time I'm so mom 10%. Me better I say no. Yes, it's Ghana for. Yes, it's Siri Ekuya for. Yes, it's Siri Nkurase for. Mimi Fre Kurase. into agreement. Make a way as some Satan make a new month to swasm de be. I remember. Now MPP focus about 10%. And this is when the Omoya campaign. And I'm told on authority say Professor Jampo in alcohol.
Yeah.
And now I'm say 5%.
And this now say MPP any pabonefo
5%.
Na 10% ye kwajinisana.
5%. 5%. And you know, you get somebody to be talking, say, black and white, we are all equal. Africa, Kachia, America. Oh yeah, babwa. No, you see, it's a question of say, no krakayira. Because we go catch a woman 10%. Say, and yet, Uba Abekoran, what way 5%? Ah, Yakoyana say you buy it. Yakoyana say you buy it. I mean, Sanima Bibi. One say, Agyapong Kufona yi kwano to Chebi or you to actually.
Yeah.
And someone or the two actually. Nkoko or the two actually. Agyapong Kufa pa 20627. Obi me yi kwano to mfichire biu. The next corner be to mfichire to the best of my knowledge. Eye Professor Mose be ye biu goso. No you to mfichire. From Agyapong Kufa time abesi na mu so obi yi kwano to mfichire. Now Akufo Dubai na oye nse obeye say obeyi konongo ato mfichire. Anyinam enyirisi. It was a very brilliant idea. Even though na che bet ya befana sa. So enka President Mahama bai enka, I mean look, any forward looking leader, any progressive leader also person who sika no contract na hwehwem, but mayen to aso mponu anya ya ka kire companies na za Kofi Job na ye konongo domase de no fama no ye sika ne aka ne ye ntua fa sika tua yan siutobutu lenke with contractor now owo anyinam no ene enyiresi no apedwajan oni ben lenke ye nyina ye no montenase wo kwa we tua sika ne sia electronic ubia behu ka we ye ba otua sika ne sia bia behu mu wia that day no anase na otwe mwache tobutu bako ha mfa abane sika mfa nkoye. These were some of the measures and I'm expecting President Mahama. Sir, Chese, near meeting be American social media canoa, MPP for Namfano. President Mahama so swamfa, near Koya na ye buy. Money 2025, Mampanini, my mobile by Mosi Besity fee, Pima Diasa
30,000.
Pima Diasa, Nichi no. Tiafi mpima diasa enka tiafi asem no kra no municipal and district assemblies that discuss it. You don't capture this in a national budget. It is only cheap African leaders who support, facilitate, encourage these things. No motivation budget, national budget. Tiafi yane other African leaders more fosa. Other African leaders will more fossa. Oko sunyana stop be a friend of Africa abetie. Ah, yes, sunyana stop be a friend of Africa. Look, if you read a lot, if you read wide, you see that look, a lot of African leaders, the only Africa you have these leaders.
30,000
yane. 30,000 enyana ejanambia. I capture our national budget. Uradi nyankopon no. And Catholic Assembly being no Biba planet yafi. Now assembly no cry planet yafi because nano private person suit yafi. Tiano. Oh, sika wia kronobo characteristics of politics in Africa. MPP sika wia kronobo NDC sika dia kronobo. So the other Ghanaian no, why not all Shumano? Etidabia memenda kwasieda dama ya wakati wonya katia wasoro. But because we have weak and bad leaders ne yabre society sibi wa hanu ma uko suku wi adwuma bu utifia yebetua woka and go to Estonia digitization. The whole, we are saying, Estonia. You have the gold, you have the diamond, you have the bauxite, you have this, you have this, you have this, you have this. Bad leadership. Low cost leadership. Won't go any. Yawa kati amume mpaye na yenkanche nyankopon na onkan yempanfo akoma. Onkanche nyankopon na onpanfo akoma. Na mo asofo no kura mu gina bebre no mu kura bu nyampaibo. Mo nyampaibo because when they met President Mahama na anu anoka LGBTQ. What is your bitim kachira ni say President ye pese yensusuye bi sa cathedral na asem no fama yen churches ne yen fa yesika ne yensi. What is your bi this suggestion by? But at the end of the meeting, obi anya envelope. At the end of the meeting, obi anya envelope. I mean, how? Where are we drifting? Ya kone se. Ya krachi Freddy and Shamo. Babenko Sukuda Bedi and Shamo. Can you think, sir, in Asia, in 1982-83, the leader in Malaysia that time Bagana, Okokwaye, Kade, Ntemo Mkofa Be Edekoye, and ne. Malaysia produce a bear team DBO at the Adjunior Kotar. When leaders in 1982-83, when you came here in 1964, the experience they had. Obisu Diana no yi akukonketenkete. Abba, president. Akukonketenkete. A whole president. Say akukonketenkete. So please, I've given up. And like I said last week, Ghana is sick. Africa is sick. Ghana is sick. Africa is sick.
Malaria now cholera.
Let's go back to the budget. Sanitary part, 200 million.
Yeah, I think 220 or so.
And they are not making provisions. Say, you're the best for teacher for, you're the best for doctors, you're the best for nurses. Benny. I catch you for Benny. Muraba for Benny. Na what na party abaya bi wonnim me be fra me Porsche wobiri se no ya na no here wobiri ya boa no ndie me du watampa be fra me Porsche abaya bi di odi atam no ene kohwe ye se ndisi for settle no where are we drifting? President Mahama, if you are a visionary leader, the number of men in Maya Bepe Juma was so jamun. Now you are police. I have written off. If with this type of leaders, you have a Cameroon Pobi and Musaveni Numnia, you know, much Africa didn't. And look at what is happening in Uganda. Bobby Wine a campaign Uganda. Bobby Wine a campaign. Now police for cross a quiet. Atu na Africa leader Bianca Saye. Libya and Yesi, what is a President Mahama no Makasa? In fact, it is only in Tanzania. And a Pokogami say, Ukumogwa Kunipa, why the Moja Kawansa say, now what to Abana, now says one when I remember. It was Pokagami in Kwan and Rwanda on a complaint about Tanzania. In Tanzania today, the Deputy Minister for Health and I President Noba. You know, the Deputy Minister for Education, a President Obaneba, and the Minister for Health, a President Nebaba Yanukun. In Tanzania, President Obano, Nebaba Yakuruna, Minister for Health, na Nebaba a Deputy Minister for Education, Family and Friends. It is not only MPP, you have the family and friends. In NDC, you have the family and friends. In Tanzania, family and friends. In Cameroon, family and friends. In Djibouti, family and friends. In Chad, is family and friends. In Nigeria, is family and friends. You call your answer by. You call your answer by. So that what is the purpose? Sorry. You conquer modern. Because some no Boadu President or Akukonkete. You understand?
And the debates.
And the debate, Donald Trump is coming to America. Is coming to Nigeria. Look, Donald Trump has some more kind. Bonnie Ben Donald Trump can. But Donald Trump for dinner or Banu Ghana Nibia Wutia Mibia Moma Yana Okateche free fast. Oh, never. There was a symposium in America. And Okatachi Afrifa was invited as one of the speakers.
Yeah.
And he made a nice presentation. Okatachi Afrifa CPU for no, na omo ye no. Eno na, wamo fire, wamo diako, ene abedru se no. So all over the world, Donald Trump say wabo ba Nigeria. Wamo she mukena, Okatachi Afrifa. And I didn't think Tragada as Okatachi Afrifa, na ni viewers say. Oh, America, he made a presentation, a solid presentation.
Yeah.
And na, one resolution they passed. I don't know, I'm the call ya and so Okatachi Afrifa all over the world.
Yeah.
You bet now, all over, I majorly say, what do you say, Munubikura Ecoso? Some Nigerian scholars, say, Adenti, and other military troops, Eba. Nigeria. But do you know, sir? And memoranda. Nano Yawoden. Nigeria is sending 200 troops to Gambia.
Nigeria.
Or the soldier for Hen or the bear call Gambia. Now the soldier for Hen Gambia. Air Koshe, Sir Gambia, as in Gabaho. Now so be the military troops. Every US bar. You know why some Akrachi phone be no politician oppose, you know? Because they benefit from the situation. They bring to arms. No more the ama Boko Haram ne aswap phone. You understand? They bring so amoke na poa. Sikano be ransom no. E binu ma ye omo ba negotiators. Yes, I did then when I was journey. And ironically, there's a priest. I think Roman Catholic priest of Benin State. Also, one of the antis Roman Sofumuya pa Roman Sofumuya, Benin State is opposing this. Shanano brigadier ya wamo executuni a whole brigadier. Now wamo call ane aswa fona kwa koshia ye ntokwa wama ya no mtutu bo ne nan no kohye kwayem ho no Sunday messages nankrofo intercept here no mkochen. And the whole army brigadier was executed by the ASWAP. He was executed in 2016 ABC sir. Sankapa say emphasize a money to say nyansa money memfa nyansa money. I want to say kafrache Nigeria for mutiemia enye se medidi matem. But me fa say money be to say UK, Holland, Belgium na ya chi wo mu nipa bi na ya execute no a enka no the whole wo mu de mo soldier for beba. The man was executed. ABC 20. That was at the time when we accomplished that 25 school girls. So what is that 25 school girls?
Yeah.
When we execute adopted woman in 2015. The Chibuk girls no. So say from 2015 till today, a more 82 young baby abewo. No, the African politician is not bothered. Sikadie sikaria krono benyambo krono benyan. MPP time better backup to elupri NDC front seman bekanye. Look at the press conferences and the press conferences. And NDC 14 kase yekoto presidential jet see.
Presidential jet 2 4 choppers at 1.1 billion US
dollars.
1.1 billion.
NDC. There some pan a man can check. So right. Ghana is sick, Africa is sick. Because none of them people for Kasa Beko to playing. Abeka say here, me cram can't be made here. Yakwanin yet.
And then one can say Yakeko, they gave reasons why there was a Siano, you bet me you for the next 10 years or so. And one day, and yeah,
Abaina with President Mahama and Ajatum say, ye koto a lupri. Bibi many time yana se me ya yare ana me ya bodama na satasi bi ya jemi ana se what is happening nkranfo no cause namu na aba yeah nkranfo mini namu na aba. No, you can't make head and tail of these things. You cannot. Asa be ma bia wakọ wura ba bia wo kunu na unim se ba no wo kunu no ko wura ni der ni ba be chew. And then they say talking about this. Police Ofosu Kwakye justifying it. Okuja to Blakwa, Sami Jamfi. But I couldn't cry, go proper cry and say maintain and can be. So bossy. It's common sense interview, no common sense. And not is Okasa. So my confidence and trust in Yankupo Muse, Yankupo ni Bibia. Menye Nisa.
Say,
when someone this for no kanye, I be buy a name him so, but to near my year. Yen in a benya home fast. She baby a yedru. She baby an enam. A few cram and there's no sign, say, near my bekoye. Ene, yenru babia, won hushe, won teshe, won koshe, won fashion.
Maybe they are using the first year as a preparatory year, and then they will switch to the second year.
David,
next year,
if you follow politics all over the world, Obi Obayade no the first 1, 2 no oyade or kwa we ya na yes. That explains why since 1992 till today. Abani bi obenwe wo Ghana bia no the first 4 years votes no nya no any 6 no nya no the next 4 years no onya votes no sa all over the world including the United States of America. But and this dia no dia ayen tem dodo and this dia I'm worried because if anything at all not just because be a me MPP no me I'm worried because I'm a Ghanaian. I'm worried say NDC yamani ye ya nyina ye benya ho mfaso train me hwe keteke budget nim say sika o mu vote for keteke no entimi nya ba 3 kilometers sika be de share budget for keteke train so from Anwea so aba bedru Takura de no kwa no so an bebefa from Kumasi to Nkran no why gonna say keteke 2025 or 2026 keteke ba ma befa no tunda eti alupre no na ya befa na ne bo nso na be kosoro. I mean, is that how to run countries, African leaders? Messing up. Take Benin. Say Benin aya amendment constitution 5 years or the cost 7. Ubeko 2 terms 14 years. Aden Africa abi before ni patuntum nyankopone wo himfa tie sufre ye bre Benin, a very quiet country nene. When last week ni aba were year free 5 years or the cost 7 obeko 2 terms 14 years when even in America and so many places you know wakwa 8 no Benin enti Benin so abeka ho enti Benin so ebeye a society be ready for a coup d'etat ye wo huni ye wo fa wa bibrim ha hwene ye koso Uganda yi na as for Equatorial Guinea de ehia se meka ho asam as for Chad ehia Djibouti because just say tell me kire me baako abibrem baako say ha de possibly you be Rwanda and Burkina Faso possibly. I stand to be educated. Me nka se maji be nyina baatum de south of the Sahara de than Botswana and Namibia. You go to South Africa, you lost Malema, Obertram can say, can say, no, one of the Palestinians about South Africa. I passport to crown visa crown or munibi. Passport and visa crown or munibi, you want the woman about South Africa. Sir, Yantaki Israel for who Israel need be attacking. And African character never can say. We're a politician, we're a leader of a political party in South Africa. Now, Brofuna didn't bend me at him. Now, because you prat one was obey Pan African, I want it. More did you prat be you be one kind and say, Nano Yawada, Ukiada. I share countries no ben or more representatives. we yada. A man for your investment forum. A man for ba. Na no kuja to black wakoshia akata. Kata Amansuri. Only what Amansuri? Kata. One of the richest in the world. Nan investments there. Onona ayiyane diano. Man City.
Yeah.
Okuja to kochiano no. Mika ne mro okuja to waya de. Me de wa me me politics. Very clean. The fact that okuta 30 million da ja kan koshia Amansu kra. Waya de. I don't remember the last time I met you say Ghana your foreign minister be etim koshia sheki bisa e discuss Africa. Menti bisa. E biasia menti. But akuja to ye waya de. Amansu kasa obaba invest Ghana railway sector obeye tire nu nyina na build operate and transfer obetimi. So let's congratulate okuja to Blakwa. Say to me that you can't it me. This is what we expect from Ghana's high commissioners and ambassadors outside. You do continent Saudi Arabia, you do continent Switzerland, you do continent Germany, you do continent now investors in Asia, now Ghana for crown Asia, now we know Saudi investors in Baba. You do continent for there. And look at the amount of money I are spending on ambassadors and high commissioners. Tokon, why are they? We will salute her.
Why are they?
You know, see, tell me start your evening, and I am member crowded in Castle, Unchasso, and Yashi. But Tokono, I concordane Amma, and so, why are they? William Shakespeare, I will fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Macbeth. Tokono say, I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Talk on one who said we're doing soon if you read Shakespeare. Now sign a chia and ye mekuma komanu. Yes, we are saying woman kai because she practice okay.
On Afenyo marking.
Because she practice. And your casa and your coffee and the year and the man in Indian and Namfam. I ask some bed in the catcher. I some pow or never have me better than hey. Some cocansum who be.
And I also read a wonderful piece, Richard the Last Guy.
Yeah, I've also read
responded to.
No, but do you need a chameleon politician like Kwesi Pratt? Say Richard Sky, my Canadian. Say Macbeth no can. And I don't think Macbeth didn't know that. And so the book no and I know the book no Wamonto or the Chiche. Now no me Pan African or the Chiche. I am not insulting him. But I'm being said, Obia Kwajina walk too extensively from Macbeth. New name ya not chere. Or I just say, look, Macbeth no has kill sleep, and Macbeth shall sleep no more. So I don't better say, hey, what can you bang? Hey, what can you bang? Hey, no, what could you bang? And even read Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and Duncan, how Duncan was murdered, and then the subsequent day. Macbeth has said, look, if you catch it and say, no man born of a woman, bet you make Macbeth. Now the Shadian said, Macbeth and Magda Fushia, you know. Now Macbeth is you, we are money. Chia wo, me better. Obia or ba won't know you. I say, me dear, me bang you. So, me a Caesarean Beth. What I say? When we see Rambe no more Macduff. Etiba won through the natural process. Honor my birth who say, yeah, by phone bed in Shamo. Kwesi Pratt, what? Look, let me not talk about Kwesi Pratt. Mammy call you now can. I think Tokun, a baboya, Mammy Katokon, and I mean, Kwesi Pratt has some, Mammy Phantom, Mammy Phantokra, a bear Sabisabu, and Mguasia Mamcra.
So,
no wasting enough time on this Kwesi Pratt.
Deputy AG Rams, I quickly came.
Also, you see,
that's
also
Toko News,
NDC, Twin Transits, lawyer. Tokono case yetwam Ghana de no de wan kan a deputy attorney general legally, morally, politically ethically. Morally, it was wrong. Legally unacceptable. Ethically unacceptable or ethically reprehensible. Morally, legally, ethically. Kese. Oh, talk on a case you are Ghana so yadiano. Dabi no opposed to or no media.
Yeah.
Na two then nursery for bloggers. No. I call them dead nursery bloggers because the decision now ECOWAS court to look at said they have jurisdiction. Okay, jurisdiction on TSU. They were two okay, the jurisdiction at TSU. On TSU. Oh, bet I talk on the case. Come on. 2025. Hey, select your team for our Yaman Metonomo. Zamran Baton baby. So select do hon quarto, a honna. Nkanipa bebre because seven tobe. Nkanipa. No, a whole deputy attorney general. Talk on the yetrim. Still a jurisdiction is also DNA. He's the deputy attorney general. Mana your friend Ghana, no, your lawyer, no, on it also me. Godfrey Chosa, or see if gold rust, what will I do? If gold rust. Now, I say, that's a slim shiny. Now, Madame for Gilbert or DC. I don't know your communication director. On the other side, that's a slim shiny. Now, Gilbert is on the end there. No, you see, on a boy agene entiasi so. A boy agene entiasi so. As I'm not agene. So, once they have jurisdiction. Once they have jurisdiction, Bama Ben Nabi se ben file. Yeah. From defense. Sababa file you, ben file you. But you see, you look at the larger picture now, it paints a very bad image of the judiciary, of governance in this country.
I have been asking how comfortable, does current CG or Tenassi now when he looks at how the issues are unfolding, the comments,
let me just
legal brains are making those for and those against. How does he feel?
Well, so if you kruma or ya santini, until that could be about weekend. Because it will be good because I've said that he's a friend.
Yeah.
And he has encouraged me a lot in life. I said that he's a friend and he has encouraged me a lot in life. But me really hope so be a wakasa chem we to me for washem kunan nasa niema we echo. No have a broad nentias. It is like in my birth, fair is foul and foul is fair. Fair is foul and foul is fair. But you know the larger picture, which American investor will come and invest? Which Canadian investor?
With what we are doing here.
Yes. It is only the Chinese and the Indians and the Asians in Nebeba. But woman buy investment now, who on website to you who price no adwuma buy the omma. Most of the contracts Africa hanyina no omo the arbitration clauses shim. Because they don't have much confidence in the judiciary in Africa. They don't have much confidence in the judiciary in Africa. One more tenancy no more monitor. Let's see ECOWAS court to say Ghana former chief justice. Also one more jurisdictional. How will you feel? Ebinamika just say, "Shokete free from just symposium biabe no guest speaker no on any pami and sampe kasa ya."
Yeah, on the panel.
On the panel, yeah.
He sent me the link and I watched through.
I watched throughout. Okay, take you baby. Okay, take you free for Ghana ha. Nanka okasa asana because o ja take free for. And never.
Because a jandam.
And never. I can be from very jandam. Never atasa. What do I call my friend atasa?
Atasa.
What atasa na say?
There you.
Atasa incident started from Mamponha. Boy no ni bobo ata. Na ata konya ball ogu anim na se oboshe. Na ata bo fasoro. Na ata dan fo ba ko gina park na kire baby. Yeah, ata wasan. Ata wasan. That brought the atasa issue.
Oh, from Mamponha.
Mamponha.
I see.
Ata atasa what ni nyina na bakose na nebedi ama no.
The history behind
atasa. Yeah. Ma for her. Na atanya go ani na atabo fasro. Atantimi ansha. Na ta me Steven, me have tell Steven. And lawyer Jamra Aport and Willie Wise. Willie Wise so and KK promoter. And Fabiana Cobon and so MPP Powerball guy. Then I'll come to Aliu Mahama. I think that will be my last one.
Yes, of course.
So I think I'm say. So one joining MPP dia. Not so per politics dia. Na a sheer time dia. And the menu ni asem. Aliu Mahama pa ni 13th adu ana omo ye. Creme de la creme. A man from Koya. A man from Koya. Aliu Mahama, a very humble person. Aliu Mahama to say Baumia. Aliu Mahama, why would you Aliu Mahama at Dagumba? Na life want to say Baumia. Ojo, Opobiasem, ni Boomfu, on Kassentia Ubi. Aliu Mahama would do virtually everything. I once went to him. Na me ye case bi satam na me ye case bi o Dabudu and Danny case no. So na me ye case now invite me to Castle. Me ko Aliu Mahama si o time no sa nti okodidi nti yankwa no me na nyina ntena ho nidi. Na yen discuss na me si o da he mpacho pi na me kotena ho. Aliu Mahama te say Mamu Baumia. Look, very humble, down to earth, God-fearing, obedient, sincere, honest, transparent, hardworking. Come on. Wunya characters to say Aliu Mahama ne Baumia. Abedi mani Ghana so. Anka wunya. You know? Na man for so come mani yefe. No, the bands organization yard pa. But if I had them all right, I'll tell the bands next time Yendia Kunyamon Copre.
Neba
Farouk Moncopre.
Ma on mehu.
One Urano.
Aja Abiba Shani.
If I have my own way, I'll tell them. Look, more percent MPP Nyasa Kunyana Mumienu. No winter. Oh yes. Because MPP Nyasa problem ni be in 2008. MC, you know, and Yakubu Malik. So in 2008, MPP lost that seat. Yendi dia Santokwano Banko dia seat, you know, MPP Ubelusu. So when I'm talking about this and so many time let me use this opportunity and cancel MPP MP say moya dear. Na mama say
na kwa be banya bia mama sha mama
school no teacher na clap for them. All again.
Especially the first timers.
They have been splendid.
Super.
They have been splendid. MPP mpanwo abere we de ya reject kura no beko ba bibi abe champion. Hwe ayi na leremu gambaga
yeah
hwe ayi yaboama Patrick
yeah
hwe Gideon Boakon hwe stika even though meninu ni one camp that is Kojo was lecturing us as if one call lectures na yemoye tutorials. So brilliant. Gideon Boakon.
Yeah.
And look, Ubeka say we've brought a galaxy of intellectuals, What? Ete something ponyo.
person follow the debate omoya, just go to Honorable Afenyo Mark in the Facebook page. Ono ankasa e post omu e wo honom. Just follow it.
As for Afenyo Mark in there, emu bi ni nse na yewu na owo ho de ye da ye beta.
Oh really?
Oh yes. MPs no tete wo mo yes na NDC do me kwa benya ni ano atira kan kora o
akurugu
o de say akurugu ona de clip man na elpim no ayeye what your power can Mr. Speaker Mr. Speaker Mr. Kapiki what August house as if say NDC MPC no I say back
it is not just that they are rattling the English what they are speaking with facts just opposing the 2026 budget with the 2025 and their manifesto.
And not them pray to free budget in say be a pedia. Baby, you can not them pray can on the or be a pedia, be a pedia. What? Now, wouldn't ya finu. It reminds me of 1997 to 2000.
Felix Agyapong
J.H. Mensa, Osafomafo, Kofi Apraku, Dotanane, Kwame Nabatas, Adokofo, Malik Yaku, Ajen Yankupanu, MPP 4. Fatimi Bagasa, Yawadoye, does that Kwame? What? 1997 to 2000 no, and then I hear ni. Kofi Krando Apraku, transit say ya na nyumra, Kwame pianim.
Yeah.
Anonson, kwasera nonson talking point. No akwete na ho. Obu budget trip to kro say, "Yee! MPP dia no kure ni, na so amusu bare nye. Mo ye no one man one vote, anka bo nko position. Mo ye no one man one vote, anka bo nko position. Any member of parliament in MPP now, utim say, Otimi Aflaxon Monso so comment on the budget. Contrast it with our brothers and sisters in the NDC. Now just say no crano, or no can say Dr. Bomuya economic magwano. Maintaining Kowahi.
So on them home.
Say your best friend no, your best friend economic Tiago Silva. Your best friend don't go economic Tiago Silva. I don't go refer to Dr. Bomuya as Magwai. Satana Magwai from the list in a buy. And then your best friend Tiago Silva on him. Obo Real Madrid na ya Mereno. No ba Chelsea. Oba Chelsea we no. Say Soko also 4 minutes so say Pamela so Imbra. I am saying that so don't go that's what Jinasa so be friend Dr. Bomuya as economic bagwa. Mr. So
say Magwa so senchen nko o.
Oh, so your friend
I dey man you go say what they are from go.
Let friend don't go Tiago Silva. Obeko Fuminis, Obeko Pamaras, Obeko retirement. Adongo Beko Fuminisi, Obeko Santos, Obeko Pamaras, Oko. Thiago Silva is now playing in Brazil. Thiago Silva is now playing in Brazil. And Nyankoponu Bua 2028, Adongo Beko Brazil, Obeko Kobo home matches. And Adongo so otiwa no hwe se nipa na se kramente so okasa biu ne buafu ana
tell you man fi no
aye de banye de wanye de ole banye de owura hwemanim ole Adongo ba de banye de banfi no
bango Ghana yi o de kotusu de
Adongo anya na fra economic magwa no now say the economic Thiago Silva Lewandowski now retire. Until means or Thiago Silva. That's all called Brazil. Look at that. Number 3. One more 3, one more say to say. Once in Barcelona or a Brazilian year. Oh yeah, the skills to play. Ronaldinho. And it's MPP minority for no. Me timia me sere sa ma kwasha ba bi me sere sa bibi sa say da na ada na mfi onye hwe no ma kai Ronaldinho. Me say moye superb and the MPP MPC no moya de pa mama yenya ye ne afiri ache no akai from 7th January 1997 to December 2000 sana ni judgment san de yebe o be ma be tutorials in economics afenyo makin kasa fe du ba bi kura bon se de be hu hwe kan ne be attack no ayi ayare ga ka che se oh yeah dear nam say tria that's what I'm it that they have put a splendid performance woman nyinara now I don't know here I'm for a macro minority no kana bongo ideas well that's okay bongo ideas have follow but I could say Auroya is everywhere NDC ni bi Auroya is everywhere but I say bongo idea but I say the citizens touch mine I media na kenkan nkra nti me kan na be twere no na me kan ya me nti say bongo ideas akwa no chiri sa akode no ana Auroya is everywhere ana say te wo binum that's why I'm about macro man. No, I think that they themselves are feeling the pinch.
Oh, of course.
I believe that Ofosu Kwakye and the rest. I believe that President Mahama himself is worried. President Mahama himself is worried. You want peace? Because you just rely on the numerical strength. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mama President Munpeja yay. I can even predict to say wamu bebre kra bills no kra bi wa wamu nkani. No why do me kwa benyan na ba ko bi na ono so pusiga I say at ranking bia nyame na shi I say if you assemble all presidents in the world now presidents in the world MP who kasati say presidents in the United Nations creative assemble all presidents and this is a member of parliament August body we call her honorable what MP before no MP sumuna mamuma mkoko enya say chest out na moya de sometimes I look at people.
Now, could do on the presentation? You could see speaker not say like.
Could I do?
Because you could do. You could see the speaker was so much in tune. Just like one man, all the attention.
Oh, nyakura. Nko we are call back. Can kura print mam na men ko kane. Anya sam kito. Adia be di for no fe so be di be ho fe kanin tim bi no ya fra no akotas wo de ne be ngo
akotas yeah
ne ba wo
no akotas
and Dumas boys of GTP so akotas ni Dumas boys of GTP beti bobo no sa in fact Dumas boys of GTP and akotas wo mo betimi abobe yese it's like Barcelona no wo mo no te say Barcelona Ometimi abobe 6 or 7 minutes no opponent on nan kan ball we kono we di ama we sata no kwasi djumo akotes sian akotes kwasi djumo akotes sian akotes ay na nye team kitwa and people for the dibe ho agorosa kayete to say kofi kwa no atena ball no so to say kofi tena ball so
yeso twia no atena
na ba kono player away, the one who died in 1963. I think 13th March 1963 was perfect. I don't know, I'm the commercial park. No.
Is it Dugumuru?
Baba Yara died at the age of 33. Baba Yara team, well, or I don't know. Well, Mama NDC MPC, no, I just say, hey, near Quanico up to 2028. But bravo, they've done well. The mama, Kojo Pon Comedian, Mitia, see, I'm on for a Chilean woman. Now, don't pray no kindness or much challenge, or see be a page say of
yeah. They refer them to their manifesto and then the 2025 budget. At the buy.
What now? With this MPC, now when Baumia as the president of the country, now it looks like complacency can be because I need complacency. I had done an MPP more parliament. Now young na se said the mobile opposition. Auroya everywhere ne dongo bongo ideas ne the citizen from super macro. There's a gramintan this on more fair woman to super macro no. Bongo ideas ne Auroya everywhere ne Baba could be so Baba could be as a Kevin Taylor by no. Oh no on the general trap picture be. What was our boy? Me refinity. Aye. First, no, I'm okay macro. They say the answer ben macro minority no. And in all honesty, me get say President Mahama or cabinet meeting. And so catch him microphone say I'm a no. I President Mahama don't say a but I think that the MPP, this is a wake-up call. Make sure you present Baumia. What you say? Then make sure it should be one man, one vote. Martin Akosa,
yeah, 70, I think some 71 days or 70.
Yeah, party headquarters, Honeme catch on some one man, one vote. Martin Agyapong. Then na your party headquarters on maybe Adechi Obena office here bueni.
The office?
Yes, at the MPP headquarters, Asalam down. Sataman Tokwaba
as the director of elections.
Yeah. So Tokwaba no.
Oba ni ebunu office.
Na jo no mabuani. So yan no na yan no ye pushi Ken Agyapong na foku out no. No wa matagata so de on se me de ma tra ne yetro. Martin director ba na ebunu office. Nyani ti ye nse ne documents ni nyama bebre no na won ho ofie. So Martin director of elections unim wo menya no one man one vote obia register 20 cedis enye se na brochirefo ebe fa lupra beto aba enye se na project 20 bia oti abronye fa trikosie timami enko ete ha agosa foku okrum hele nchanse kokko bia betubi obatubi obia betubi. Some people say fast akwa we so selected parliamentary candidates. I can assure you they will win 2028 because no yemu bebre no I am hugely disappointed in the NDC. Why? Say yes, NDC presidential staff secretary are about 65%.
Yeah,
67%. Now abona jumayini doctor nurse teacher say 9%. Why?
Yeah, so more pay.
Oh, there be no woman pay. Muka sadia moti. Because you see, they felt, all of us felt, they felt say, NDC bar niyama bekwa animu. They felt. So you don't blame teacher, you don't blame nurse, you don't blame 67% for presidential staffer. But the arrangements, regional secretary be or a presidential staffer. Regional secretary be a presidential staffer. 67.
The regional organizers.
The regional organizers. 67%. MCs, DCs, free 5,000, echo 35,000.
35,000.
35,000. From 5,000.
5,350
million MC. Doctor no on running hospital, nurse no on sunyaseng. That is the NDC for you. Because what I felt say mama NDC said they can also salvage the economy of this country, and all of us men no one obia so you bring home faso. Well, now your company no Abronya investment company.
Abronya investment company.
0243 22 55 92. Abronya investment company.
Abronya investment company.
Opasasiaton, opefiaton. Ope, I mean, bibia ebeboa, okope yira ware dia yenka ho bi. Okope yira ware, okope kuna ware.
No bi pese omubuan no ja na yere so e.
No. Ani dia opeso ja yira, you go to Yabama legal firm no be handle that issue no. So what you see? Yabama legal firm. But on the whole, I think that the MPP has done well. And but in all honesty, in all sincerity, the MPC no ama yanimu abanyam. Wamo ama ya say yes, we have every right to wear the oak mantle because the oak tree no oboa etoho a bit me.
Okay. Me pacho prozi. Say bibisu kwa na odu to me Emma obisa onko to aba Emma. Now so part of the decision making process, a very historic one of our party no. Na je say ye was in chain. Nebom diaspora for no still edura about to na ye becha constituency na mam some ba adopt na afi nsusu no ya ka se munyigi sika ene ne ma ntade ne de keka ho emra nana machi
amejoso
apom
nyame ada roma madam fubi na asem ni team ne bayan ase kwabia so no ya next week on bishop Asna Master nam see you Matthew Dase. Yeah, also minya basa dia e dey ameka back kosem.
The league is entering into a very interesting stage.
Yeah, especially the EPL.
Yeah. Say no. Omo be kwa from today till March, no international break.
Yeah.
Into a lot of games to be played, a lot of games to be witnessed and enjoyed. And Liverpool are up against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, like I said, my started with tradition, history. You know, me maha Abraham meka abakosem, but then no, me you know, I make on new terrain. That will be the Akwamu. In fact, Akwamu, my first henia Akwamu for Enya was in 1500. 1500. The first chief of the Akwamus. Now, baby, I be one neno. Nanya ho na womo. Now, Kwamuno started one history no. E bi no be ka chom some free Sudan. E bi so be ka chom se omo free Esumejaha. Whichever way you look at it, Akwamuno started for more power at Timokwa in the central region. And then from central region, omunam te se Akwamukanfo. Omuna muti se akwamukafo eno nti na yefra omo akwamu and omo settle nyano wase omo ne ayifo nyantokwa omo ne akuapemfo nyantokwa. That was in 1733. Ntokwa no mu na akuapemfo no achimabu akwafo ema dokuanom ene amanfo boa akuapemfo no no omo pam omo ama omo by the other side. In fact, some believe say ancestors raku, but you know, history has it said by 1733 it was a regent to be a near friend prince on an AD omso. So prince no na no omo cross ye. Omo cross ye no omo ba e fa ha no. Omo ba tu binum. Nipa bebre nim. Baba sorry abeka Ghana abakwasem abeda kanfo nyina afri bono no bentie me benyi yibasum ni bentie me. You know, womo kodo won even akwamuzu wo kan akanfo akwamfo kan ho. Akwamfo no kwa na aboabofo ho in 1733. Akwamfo no kwa na aboabofo ho in 1733. Yes. In fact, 1733 na ma akuapemfo da butachi accord a wo san no wo bosomase no ena ma akuapemfo no etim defeat akwamfo. Akwamfo no were very good soldiers. They were very good traders. Then they came to this part of Volta region. Now you realize that apeshikubu ene enumboso no nyina no womo no ye guans, but you can't call them akwamus. Womo ye guans, you can't call them akwamus. Now history also will tell you say akwamufo no akonya no from 1733 to 1992 no ba no be di akonya na chepa na ya yansa asefo akonya na kwamu akonya no ba ba di ache uhwa sabe mesremeka womo na ayifo no nyina wasefo no atimokwa nyina wase na omo baase no yansa asefo na yansa na ne ba bi di akoto na ba di akoto ni gina yansa asefo na akonya no ne ba di gina me nkosa atwi num ba ne otetwi paade meka sa ba di akoto ni gina sa akonya tuntum no a otiase etino akoto asefo amangwa akonya asefo ya ansa asefo but omokoye no omonya ada families bi a omokoto omo a bra no bra won se kane ni bitim fa bi free ye ni ye mema mema so what ase so a time came ma omokonya ya botwe asefo eti ya botwe asefo so abedi akwamu akonya no da. And in fact, if you examine it thoroughly, Kwafa Kotono 1992 no nye yansa asini but we no achematina ba de buy na for short period amanson buy there ono ya yansa asini. And that if you look at it very well, Kwafa Kotono says ya no ya botwe asini. And no yansa for na mpene Sakwa Fakoto webeye. Wamudi asem noa, wamudi ya, it was in 4th or 5th May, 2022, na Supreme Court no settle matter no mawom. And for me, I agree with the Supreme Court decision. Because the Supreme Court no settle, na the Supreme Court no gina ho, ni tin. Sakwa Fakoto we no, onya yansansi ni. And therefore, Kwa Fakoto we intiminia. Nkamansu na nka. The National House of Chiefs can asem no some moment balance niam because I dan Kwafa Koto ya abotwe asini no bad bida from the 1733 to 1992 na ya nsanse fo abadi ya nwotwe ni abotwe fo asefo abadi ya mienu ni biso honoma oye aboabo aduanani badon kan ya abotwase ho nso bedi bi amanyafo no bedi bi abedi akonya no so babedi akonya no pa na ya ansanse fo eti it was 4th or 5th May 2022 na Supreme Court no yes okay so ye ka se ye kono tawe se wonye de hye enye se wonye we enye se ya ene de nka kwamu akonya no ka Kwafa Koto se na nka manso no nka enyanwe. And for me, that decision by the Supreme Court. So I believe that man was sumuna dachi biya nyamin fasama ekobasa kunyantra. Nigiri se abrewetia love song asefo no. Awo me ya ansansefo no. Anya bani biya mpre kunyano. Bani biya mpre kunyano. Then also remember that they have 2 aduanes. Yawo enyina wase aduana akwamufo no. Ne yawo aboabo abrade aduana akwamufo no benyina ya abotwefo no benyina aduana benyina be aduana and therefore it goes to support the fact say aduana for na be wa esumija na ya ka no aduana for no ba cheye because akwamu kura say when you are ranking the aduana no a ukokakra bia obenya akwamu but esumija about more than about 200 years. And sana kwabu we never 1500 200 years. So bompata kumawu ane nkronkro nu enye aduana nkro de but nkronkro offenso abuabuja antoa bompata kumawu banyina no wo munyina no banyine chane akwamu because akwamu was 1500 and therefore and support the fact to say baba so that I can phone in every bono. Please, wouldn't Ghana back was my mummy mano. Okay, Ghana back was so wouldn't mummy wano. Well, my back was my mamma say no. Me my back was some me dem wa. And I'm got to say 4th May 2022, 4th or 5th May, the Supreme Court decision. And it settles the matter. Because the Supreme Court no say go fa mampo, o say mampo case bi aba. Supreme Court case be by Amania Expert Amadia Buo 207 208 Supreme Court of Ghana Law Report 566. The Supreme Court can say, look, tradition custom no ye be kontia be eduru bia edani mamu kakra. And that is the position. So Baba Jina can say hima konya to bia himanisi hima konya bia to ahenisi a enwie peyesa ensi di pesa.
Okay.
Edu ba bia stage bi ni situation bi etimi amai
36
and
after
then
7
lastly
bats.
ukwaku apema abrwatia wa hoden pa wo makonya semu saa na ukwamu a abrwatia eso wa hodene pa wo ma bakosim
obi
ka chasa no me nyai politics no me nya bakosim no
obi be pese obete won kakakra bi on early this week na it happen here kwawu.
Hey! Kwawu. Yes, I have the, but I don't want to. Next week,
Next week?
Yes.
Great.
Next week, I have a certified true copy of the ruling of the regional House of Chiefs. Kwawu asem na ma what next week?
Next week you be from the so. The Kwawu experience, the abetifi the rocks.
We na one for me and koy asa wa han ko to fufu ma me ni dia. So next week I'll take you.
Can I say Kakrabi on the Presidential Elections Committee decision on the diaspora proxy.
Joe Seusu. Ye frase 92 mimi wo suane no. Ni Joe Seusu okofodua. Joe Seusu free be kwai. Owie university obeye ne law no. Okono be kwai. Ajekum kofo minister bi no ye works and housing or a lawyer. Yabema.
The smallish
Yabema, a very perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
Yabema chambers in Joe Seusu. And to me, was running on me, MPP. The Joe Seusu Tiamu, Eastern region, any Ashanti region. But what in a person today. And to Joe Seusu, your MPP. Na MPP, see a Joe Seusu. MPP, Obiri Boahen. No, Obiri Boahen, see your MPP. So look. Sir Joe say we should be no kwatena se ne ba o ma kan asem bi ama MPP a sabio ka fracha mo mfa ne say Joe say we should pay MPP bone dabi mo mfa ne say Joe say we should pay MPP bone o ya be ma hansa na obey Dr. Nane P what I say ansa na oko DVLA DVLA ya bia Joe say we should na de ba Ghana harvest